Well, speaking of idiots,
Yeah.
and thank you for leading me into this.
All right.
And kids today,
Okay.
and the culture we live in.
Yes.
Driver causes a major accident while trying to use a Snapchat filter.
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me?
There's a Snapchat filter that shows you how fast your phone is moving.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this at all?
I don't really use Snapchat.
All right. I know nothing about Snapchat because I could care less.
It's kind of like Instagram. Except
I know what it is. It's just I could care less.
yeah, I don't have.
I would never use something like that.
I don't have use for that.
This can be a fun when you're running or on a train,
Okay.
but dangerous if you're behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, you think?
A driver trying to attain a high speed on Snapchat is allegedly to blame for a car accident outside of Atlanta, Georgia, that left a victim with a traumatic brain injury.
Oh boy.
The driver, Crystal McGee,
22.
was driving 107 miles per hour at the time of the collision in September of 2015.
And texting or
Well, she had her Snapchat going.
get the fuck out of here.
Going over the speed limit in order to obtain recognition through Snapchat by the means of Snapchat trophy.
Oh my God.
So if you beat the next guy who had the highest, fastest
Speed?
you get the trophy.
Which is a fucking blip on your screen?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you'll risk life and limb and the safety around you, getting back to, personal safety and everything.
Now there's a guy that's probably a vegetable for the rest of his life over this?
Yeah, because this girl, she decided she was going to blow through Atlanta,
Right.
at 100 plus miles an hour with her Snapchat speed recorder.
Did she at least get the record?
We'll find out.
Oh, good.
According to a statement from the law offices of Michael Lawson Neff, McGee said she was just trying to get the car to 100 miles an hour to post it on Snapchat.
Jesus Christ.
Again, this is, look at me. Look at me.
Wow.
Look at me. According to the complaint, McGee's Mercedes, spoiled rich bitch,
Yeah.
struck a Mitsubishi being driven by Maynard Wentworth, leaving Wentworth with permanent brain damage.
Boy.
Hey, at least I got the record. Sorry about you there, Maynard.
Maynard.
But I got the record.
Yeah.
Maynard and his wife were suing both McGee and Snapchat for medical bills incurred as a result of the accident.
Unfortunately, Maynard tried to sign his name with drool.
CNN reported Maynard, an Uber driver at the time of the car accident, now relies on a walker or a wheelchair.
God.
If you haven't seen Snapchat's speed filter, here's what it looks like in action, and there's a picture.
Okay.
This is the first time McGee isn't the only person to face reckless driving charges as a result of Snapchat. A teen in Washington got into a rollover crash while using FaceTime and Snapchat behind the wheel.
Good Lord.
See, this is our idiots.
I mean, what?
These are the people we're sharing our roads with.
Dude, I feel guilty when I, switch songs on my phone. When I go to change bands or whatever.
Sure.
To, I feel like it takes me forever to do it because I'm afraid to look away from the road.
Well, you should.
It's like I try to keep my time fucking with my phone. First of all, I've really taken up using Siri now, so that I never look away from it.
Sure.
And I mean, I have it all tweaked up now to where I don't even have to touch my phone. You know, I don't know if you've used the Hey Siri thing.
Yeah, I know what I've seen it. I don't have it, but
I know have that.
No, I don't.
You should have it on your phone.
So I have an iPhone 4.
Oh, is that a new phone thing?
Apparently, it must be.
But literally, I could, as long as I have the phone on the seat of the car, I can just say, "Hey Siri, play Dokken Bullets to Spare."
Sure.
And it'll start playing it.
Right.
And that makes it easy. You know, so now I don't even have to look at it most of the time. It's just every once in a while Siri's like, "I'm sorry." Or the Siri will just, I'll say, "Siri, play LA Guns," and it'll say, "The directions to LA are."
Yeah.
And it'll tell me you're 6,000 miles away or whatever it is. You know. But yeah, I mean, Snapchat? Come on. That's
yeah, but we're dealing with kids here.
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. New evidence also points to Snapchat as the possible cause for a car crash in Philadelphia that left 3 young women dead.
Oops.
The complaint issued against McGee also cites an accident in Brazil in which a woman wrecked her car while documenting herself driving 110 miles an hour on Snapchat.
Jesus Christ. Is that impressive, how fast you drive?
I guess. I guess it's just like, look at me. I'm going 110.
What do you think? You know, I mean, you drive.
I do.
When you drive, you're driving across the country, which you do quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
You generally go, what, about 80, 85 miles an hour?
80 is about average.
Okay. When somebody zips past you, I mean flies past you.
And I've seen it plenty of times, even on a daily commute.
Sure. What do you say every time?
What an idiot.
Every single time.
Well, here, and again, being that I have a background in driving and I have a background in mechanics.
Sure.
All you got to do is have a tire blow out on you.
Yeah.
And you're fucked.
You're rolling.
You know, and most people who don't know a lot about vehicles or cars or whatever,
right?
They don't maintain the right tire pressure. Sometimes they let their tires get worn. Yeah. You can have a mechanical failure.
Yeah.
You know, anything could happen. And if you're going 90, 100 miles an hour and your tire blows out, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And not only that, not for you personally either, you're going to end up slamming into somebody. You're going to hit the divider wall if there is one.
Yeah.
You're going to go cross traffic. You're going to hit another car.
Yep.
You know, just because you're blowing around at 90, 100 miles an hour. And believe me, when I'm taking the Indiana toll road, that's not patrolled heavily with the the state patrol. Right. So people blow by me. I might be cruising about 80. And the speed limit is 70. I'll usually go about 80. Right. But people blow by me like I'm sitting still.
Oh yeah.
On a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. I'm driving back and forth to Pittsburgh every day. It happens at least 5 times in a 100-mile drive.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody, and I literally set my cruise control at 78, and I go 78 the whole way.
Sure.
And I mean, there are people and sometimes it's the big fucking 18-wheelers, and that's scary as shit.
They're passing you at 78?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Shit, yes. They fly sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, woo, I give them plenty of room.
No, I'm sure you do.
Go ahead, fly by me. I just don't want the ticket. I just don't want to.
Yeah, well, I literally have not had a ticket since 98.
I've only had one in the last probably 10 or so years. I had that one when I was going through the fucking school zone.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I haven't had a real speeding ticket in 15 years.
The last speeding ticket I got was on Interstate 77, and I was coming back from a WASP show at the Odeon.
Okay.
That was back in 98.
I drive like a grandmother, though. I drive all slow. Even my mom makes fun of me. She calls me grandma.
There you go.
Because I do drive slow.
Well, 78 isn't exactly slow.
No, but I mean, the speed limit's 70.
Sure, but who needs a ticket? I don't need a ticket.
I don't need the ticket either. And that's why I'm not doing it.
Sure. The woman snapped a photo of the speedometer prior to the collision with the caption 180 kilometers. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, laugh out loud.
180 kilometers per hour equates to 112 miles per hour, just 5 miles more than the speed McGee was driving when she hit Wentworth's car. The woman in Brazil continued to snap the accident following the impact.
Oh, that's good.
Posting bloody selfies with the caption translating to "Help!" and "We've overturned the car."
Jesus.
McGee also took a Snapchat following her accident, according to Pegler's statement, snapping a photo of herself in the ambulance with blood on her face with the text, "Lucky to be alive."
Jesus Christ.
See, again, everybody's so self-absorbed. Look at me. Look at me. I got in an accident. I'm all bloody. Look at me. Oh, yeah, the guy in the other ambulance, yeah, he's lucky he's going to live.
He's dead.
But God damn it, I made this. I got the trophy.
Yeah, look at here's my trophy.
Here's my Facebook account. Everybody send your congratulations over there.
I hope they can print that out because I'm going to need it in my cell.
Right. You've been warned. It's no wonder injury attorneys are warning parents about the dangers of Snapchat speed filter and Facebook groups like Mothers Against Snapchatting while driving.
That's a group?
That's what it says.
Mothers Against Snapchat.
You know, Mothers Against Drug Driving. MAD.
So what is that?
Now we got Mothers Against Snapchatting while driving.
MASD? Mast?
I guess. Mazd?
Mazd? I don't know.
Something like that. Are being created. There were also some grim anti-Snapchats while driving ads showing users the deadly consequence of snapping behind the wheel.
Yeah.
The issue is just an extension of the existing problems of texting and driving, only with the Snapchat speed filter. There's another thing tempting users to push the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Snapchat does remind you to not use its services in a way that would distract you from obeying traffic or safety laws, and never put yourself or others in the harm's way to capture a snap.
Yeah, I mean, but why would you do that?
But this warning is buried in its terms and services. Maybe it should just give a trophy to reading that.
Hey, why would you do Snapchat?
Because kids are stupid.
For God's sakes, dude, you can film it all with Periscope in real time. And
yeah.
Get hearts. I mean, just think of how cool this video would have been if she actually recorded the crash in Periscope.
Right. That'd be badass, man.
Shit would have been viral.
Yeah.
I'd have given her a real trophy.
Sure. It is stupid. I'm just tired of just everything.
People are dumb, dude.
They are. So anyway, that's Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Yeah, man.
Let me get that, put that on my phone.
Right.
Not.
As you know, I'm not a fan, so I don't do that bullshit.
Well, I don't even do Snapchat. That is definitely the kids' thing. Not even my kids are too old for Snapchat, I think. I don't know who does it. I know my niece does, and she's 14, so.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, that's who's Snapchatting.
Right, but these are kids, you know, people old enough to drive, and they're behind the wheel go, look at, I'm Snapchatting.
That's fantastic.
Look at me.
That's brilliant. Stop watching the Kardashians and thinking you're one of them, you idiots.
Comment on my Facebook page, will you? Comment.
What do you guys think of my Snap?
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's badass. All right, well, we're going to take a short break.
God, we've already talked an hour.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So here's some Dokken with some Knight Rider.
Nice.
Exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hi, this is Don Dokken. You're tuned into the Classic Metal Show, the hardest rockin' show on the dial. Keep rockin' with Dokken.